Hey everyone, it's Kirk with What's New Video Games. This is our review of Wildcard Football. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. We review new games as they come out, and the more subscribers that we have, the more opportunities we get to get those games early. So please consider subscribing to the channel, and as always, like the video, it helps a lot. So Wildcard Football is a 7-on-7 backyard football pickup style football game. I'm going to talk about the gameplay first, and then I'm going to get into the three main game modes, sort of break those down for you guys, and then I'm just going to go ahead and answer the question that probably the majority of you guys are trying to find the answer to in clicking on this video. Is this game NFL Street? No, it's not. This game is definitely not NFL Street. Except when you are playing in 2 out of the 3 available game modes, you have the option to turn off the titular wild cards. You can go through an entire season, an 8-game season and playoffs with a team of your choosing. It can be any of the 32 teams which are available. This game has all 32 NFL teams. They do not have the licensing for the teams, so they don't have the team names, the team logos. What they do is actually rather ingenious. They name the teams based on their quarterback. It's more than I expected for them to have the full 32 team list here, and the players that are on the teams are like actually accurate. These are the actual players that are on the actual team that quarterback is on. So that's really cool. I like that a lot. So you can turn off the wild card system and just play the game. You can go through a whole season, and it plays a lot like NFL Street. It really, really does. This is as close as we're gonna get, I think. Even with the wild cards off, the jukes are pretty crazy. The tackles are just crunchingly hard. The animations are fantastic. And there's some goofy stuff like the defenders are like putting the running back to sleep after they tackle him, like tucking him in, kissing him goodnight. Time to go Betty bye, night night. If you're looking for an NFL Street type of experience, that is here for you. And that is such a great thing that they've offered the ability to turn those wild cards off, play the way that you want to. It's not something that I expected, and I'm really, really, really happy with it. And that's primarily the way that I preferred to engage with the game. Go into that season mode and play that type of game. Now, when you are playing with the wild card system on, does this game feel anything like NFL Street? Absolutely not. It feels nothing like NFL Street, and that's good. It doesn't need to. It's doing its own thing. This game, when you have the wild cards, is just absolute chaos. Tornadoes on the field, UFOs are abducting people and moving them back 30 yards. You've got a magnetic storm going around your body, making sure that nobody can tackle you. I mean, this is just like crazy type stuff. For every play, you're going to pick which cards you want to use. It's really a lot like you're playing a card game and playing football at the same time. You get a draw on every possession, and then you're literally playing a hand every play. It's this whole other meta game that's going on. The green ones are fairly basic, like they're stat-based cards. So they're going to make you faster or stronger, or your opponent slower or weaker. So it's just a general stat boost across the board for your team for that play. Purple cards effect takes place on the next play. So you can do something like play a card that makes it where your opponent can't play a card on the next down. Or you can play a card that makes it to where all of their cards cost more on the next down. Or they have to shuffle their entire hand. They lose all the cards they had in their hand if they had a certain strategy for that possession. And then lastly are the gold cards, which are the titular wild cards. Those are just the crazy ones where you're growing into a giant and just stampeding everybody. I mean, it's just crazy power-up stuff with the gold ones. Those are like something you'd see in Mario Kart. Like, it's just wild stuff. In one of the game modes, there's actually a deck building component. So you have your basic exhibition. Then there's the season mode where you pick any of the 32 teams in the game. You're trying to win your division, and you can turn off the wild cards. So if you're looking for your NFL Street type of experience, that would be the main game mode to play if you don't want it to just be absolute chaos. And then lastly, there is Dream Squad, the main game mode of this game, the one that is pretty much the big draw. And this one, you cannot turn the wild cards off. The wild cards are what makes this game unique, and this game mode, it's essentially Ultimate Team is what it really is, with the whole deck building component to it as well. But essentially what you're going to be doing is you're going to be playing games either in a gauntlet against the CPU, or you're going to be playing games online. And as you're doing all this, you're going to be getting packs with players and a bunch of random garbage that you don't really care about, or maybe you do. There's a lot of really cool cosmetics. There's really cool uniforms that you can get. Another main thing that you can get in the packs that is good is you can get the cards to build your deck, which is important if you want to be competitive. And then the main reason that you're going to want to be earning these packs and opening them is that you get players. You get player cards from the packs. It's a little different here because every player is a gold, purple, blue, or green rating, and that's their card. They don't have another card. And you can actually level the cards up. So in a departure from Ultimate Team, the players can level up. They have different stat caps. If you have a purple player, they won't be able to level up quite as high as a gold player. The gold player's cap will be higher. So you would, in theory, you would want a team of all gold players, which is, that's big grind to accomplish that. You can exchange your players for currency, and then you can spend those points on the players that you want to buy, but the exchange rate is like terrible. It would take me 4 gold players that I don't want to exchange for 1 gold player that I do want. That's not a good exchange rate. So this game is very grindy, and you're kind of just going to be stuck with the players that you get out of the packs randomly. So it is completely luck oriented. If you don't like that, this mode may not appeal to you. You might just want to mess around in the seasons mode. But the good news is, and this is probably one of my favorite things about this game, you can't buy the packs. You cannot buy the packs. I was just watching the store, waiting for those options to buy some kind of currency or buy the packs directly or whatever. I was waiting to see that. It's not there. You can't do it. You cannot buy the packs. You get like a couple of packs with the Ultimate Edition. Well, the Ultimate Edition is really worthless. And I would honestly recommend that you don't buy the Deluxe Edition either. I think if you're going to buy this game, go out and buy the $40 version and go buy a physical copy, because there's actually a pre-order bonus that gives you Dan Marino, Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, and Jerry Rice. And given that the game is already out, you can't pre-order it on the digital stores anymore. And even weirder is the fact that they're selling these $60 and $70 Deluxe and Ultimate Editions, and those players don't come in the Season Pass. I have confirmed that with Saber Interactive, they only come as a pre-order bonus. So unless you get them in the box, which I can't confirm if they come in the box, I got the game as a review code from the publisher. Unless you get those 4 players in the box, you're not getting them with the Season Pass. So do not spend the extra money. If you're going to buy this game, buy it for $40, and a physical copy is ideal. Don't buy the Deluxe Edition. Don't buy the Ultimate Edition. The packs are not worth it. Don't do that. Just get the $40 version. That's the only version that's worth it. The fact that this game is only $40 completely changes the lens through which I'm going to evaluate it for purposes of a review. The gameplay, it's solid. You get the ability to choose, do I want to play with the card systems on, or do I want to turn those off for the majority of the game modes? That is awesome that you have the ability to do that. Playing the game feels good. Mechanically, it feels good as a football game, as an alternative to Madden. This is a good football game. I am giving this game a 9 out of 10 It is a great game. I'm really impressed with it. And the fact that it's only $40, they easily could have charged $60 for this game. There's not really any reason for it to be $40. It's not lacking in content. This game has plenty of content. So for that price, it's fantastic. With this game, they have made Ultimate Team that is not pay to win. There is literally no option for you to be able to just go and pay money to get those players. You can't do it. And the main thing is your opponents can't do it. So you're never going up against a guy on the other side in an online match that has, an all-star team with all gold players because he dropped $200 on the game like you can in Madden Ultimate Team. And that's so amazing. This is just an absolute breath of fresh air, and I'm totally here for it. So that is going to do it for the What's New Video Games review of Wildcard Football. If you liked this review, please like the video. It helps us out a lot, and consider subscribing to the channel. We love all our subscribers out there. They help make this possible for us. They're the reason that we got Wildcard Football from Saber in the first place, and we're able to review it. Thank you guys so much for being here and being a part of making my dream come true. Until the next video, you guys take care.